Good afternoon. I'm Morgan Singleton.
And I'm Jordan Davis. And today on Channel 209 News, we will be discussing fashion and music trends in Latin America and the Caribbean,
as well as a sports report from Nick, and the recent string of natural disasters in Latin America, as well as the crimes of El Chapo and Pablo Escobar.
Let's get to it!
Stay tuned.
This is Channel 209 News.
Deliciosa. ¿Por qué tengo la impresión que te gustó solo porque soy un chocolate M&M's?
Eso no es cierto. Lo que más me importa de ti es el interior.
Mi interior es puro chocolate con leche.
Y eso es exactamente lo que me encanta de ti.
Y yo pensando que te interesaba por mi cerebro.
¿Que también es de chocolate?
Ay, cómo eres guapo.
Good afternoon. I'm Jordan Davis, and today I will be covering Latin American music in the 1980s and 1990s. Latin America has produced a variety of genres born out of the crossroads of European folk music, African music, and native traditions. While not as popular as the popular music of the USA, Latin American genre shares the same characters that made it a universal Kiona.
Today in sports, Brazil has won the World Cup after defeating Italy. Brazil won the tournament after beating Italy 3-2 in a penalty shootout at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, near Los Angeles. After the game had been ended in a 0-0 tie, making it the first World Cup final to be decided on penalties. The victory made Brazil the first nation to win 4 World Cup titles. This tournament had some new countries participate as well. There were 4 new entrants in the tournament: Greece, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia. Russia also participated in the tournament following the breakup of the Soviet Union, and for the first time since 1938, a newly reunified Germany took part in the tournament. The official mascot of this World Cup was Striker, the World Cup pup, a dog wearing a red, white, and blue soccer uniform with a ball. Striker was picked as a mascot because dogs are a common pet in the United States. The 1994 FIFA World Cup was the 15th World Cup held in 9 cities across the United States from 17th June to 17th of July 1994. The United States was chosen as the host of FIFA on July 4th, 1988. Despite the host nation's lack of soccer tradition, the tournament was the most financially successful in World Cup history. Aided by the high-capacity stadiums in the United States, it broke the World Cup average attendance record with more than 69,000 spectators per game, making it one to remember.
Suegro, si me permite. Su hija es el amor de mi vida. Es lo que siempre busqué. Y mire que he buscado. Si su hija y yo pudiéramos tener un futuro juntos, le aseguro que va a estar bien conmigo. Va a tener todo lo que ella necesite. En la oficina ya me promovieron un puesto más alto. Van a pagarme más y así podremos comprar nuestra casa juntos. De hecho, ya planeamos tener unos cuantos hijos. Bien educados. Todo va a estar bien. Y ahora que estoy casi seguro, quiero pedirle una sola cosa. ¿Me la puedo llevar a prueba por 30 días?
Pon a prueba por 30 días a Verizon Wireless, la red móvil más confiable del país y la querrás tener a tu lado para toda la vida. Verizon Wireless.
after Mexico's most notorious drug lord stepped into a shower and slipped into a tunnel to escape from a maximum security prison. Authorities promised it wouldn't be long before the cartel chief would be behind bars again. Prison security cameras last recorded images of El Chapo on Saturday night, just before he apparently crawled through a hole in the shower area of his subblock at the Altiplano Federal Prison. Authorities say they later discovered a lighted and ventilated tunnel nearly a mile long that stretched from the prison to a half-built house where investigators were searching for signs of El Chapo's whereabouts. Sunday, Mexican President Enrique Pena has now claimed that a massive manhunt has been made to recapture the criminal. The president said he was deeply troubled by a very unfortunate event that has outraged Mexican society. He vowed that his government would recapture Guzman, step up prison security, and investigate whether any prison workers helped the kingpin break out. He also escaped in 2001 from a high-security prison in a laundry cart and was not apprehended again until 2014 when he was arrested at a Mexican beach resort. El Chapo heads the Sinaloa cartel, which the U.S. Department of Justice described as one of the world's most prolific, violent, powerful drug cartels. It says Guzman was considered the world's most powerful drug lord until his arrest in Mexico in February 2014. The Sinaloa cartel moves drugs by land, air, and sea, including cargo aircraft, private aircraft, submarines, and other submersible and semi-submersible vessels, container ships, supply vessels, go-fast boats, fishing vessels, buses, rail cars, tractor trailers, trucks, automobiles, and private and commercial interstate and foreign carriers.
The 1980s are commonly remembered for an increase in the use of digital recording associated with the usage of synthesizers with synth pop music and other electric genres featuring non-traditional instruments increasing in popularity. Also during this decade, several major electric genres were developed, including electro, techno, house, freestyle, and eurodance, rising in prominence during the 1990s and beyond. Throughout the decade, R&B, hip-hop, and urban genres were becoming commonplace, particularly in the inner city areas of large metropolitan cities. These urban genres, particularly rap and hip-hop, would continue their rise in popularity throughout the 1990s and 2000s.
The number of natural disasters that have swept across Latin America have resulted in numerous deaths. Through the years of 1900 and 1999, over 1,000 people were killed. 176 earthquakes resulted in 19,576 people being dead. 404 floods killed 91,524 people. And droughts, extreme heat, cold, tsunamis resulted in 1,936 people being dead.
So, you know.
Today in sports, Brazil won the World Cup after defeating Germany. Brazil won the tournament after defeating Germany 2-0 in the finals. The 2002 World Cup was the 17th World Cup held in both Japan and South Korea. This was the first World Cup to be hosted by more than one country. The second being the 2026 World Cup, which will be hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The tournament had several upsets and surprise results, which included defending champions France being eliminated in the group stage after earning a single point, and second favorites Argentina also being eliminated in the group stage. South Korea managed to reach the semifinals, beating Spain, Italy, and Portugal en route. However, the most potent team at the tournament, Brazil, prevailed, winning the final against Germany 2-0, making them the first and only country to have won the World Cup 5 times.
And now it's time for a quiz on historical figures. This woman was known as the Queen of Tahanu. She became a spokesperson in 1987, and she sold approximately 20 million albums in a span of 6 years. Who is she? If you guessed Selena Quintanilla, then you are correct. Selena was nominated for 86 awards, and she was inducted into the Billboard Latin Music Hall of Fame in 1995. Now on to the next person. This person began committing crimes as a young teen, and he is known for his philanthropic efforts, which led to his nickname Robin Hood. Who is he? If you guessed Pablo Escobar, then you are correct. Escobar was one of the most wanted drug lords of his time. Now on to the next person. This person was a Jamaican reggae singer, songwriter, spokesperson, musician, and guitarist, and he was originally from Sussex in England, and his real name is Nestor Robert Marley. Who is he? If you guessed Bob Marley, then you are correct. Bob Marley sold 20 million records. He also smoked marijuana because he practiced the Rastafarian religion, which saw weed as a holy sacrament. And the final person. This infamous drug lord was believed to either be born on December 25th, 1954, or the 4th of April, 1957. And he is believed to have fathered 12 or 13 children, and his nickname means Shorty. Who is he? If you said El Chapo, then you are correct. El Chapo is Mexican, and fun fact, his real name is Joaquin Guzman. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. Back to you, Morgan.
Thanks, Jordan. Over 200,000 protesters in Venezuela took to the streets in 2017 to protest President Nicolas Maduro and the food shortages throughout the country. Protesters threw rocks, Molotov cocktails, and started looting stores, and police responded with tear gas. At least 47 people were dead and 40 injured. Let's take a look. With protesters looting stores for food, supplies running low, medicine, soap, toilet paper, protesters demanded that there'd be an early election so that they could vote Maduro out of office. I'm Morgan Singleton. This is Channel 209 News. Stay tuned.
Mexican forces escorted notorious drug kingpin El Chapo Guzman out of an armored vehicle and into a helicopter late Friday night following his arrest after months on the run. Mexican security forces trying to capture notorious drug kingpin El Chapo Guzman in Sinaloa encountered heavy gunfire that led to the deaths of various suspects, the Attorney General said. Mexican authorities snared drug lord El Chapo Guzman in a bloody raid Friday, recapturing one of the world's most notorious and slippery criminals. Mission accomplished, President Enrique Pena announced via Twitter. We have him. Members of Mexico's Navy caught Guzman in an operation about 4:30 a.m. in the coastal city of Los Mochis in Sinaloa State, a senior law enforcement official in Mexico told us. Several people aligned with Guzman died in the raid, the official said. The Mexican Navy put the number of dead at 5. With 6 others arrested. No Navy personnel were killed and only 1 was injured.
And now onto the fashion trends of Latin America. Before the colonization of Latin America, clothing served as an indicator of religious and social identity. Due to the caste system, natives and Africans were forced to wear Western styles. Some indigenous communities use color-coding systems as a way to express their culture. An example of a continuing trend is the Huipil of Guatemala and the highlands of Mexico. Argentina and Brazil base their jewelry off of their African and Islamic roots. To many Latin Americans, fabric is just as important as color. It is very difficult to generalize the fashion trends of Latin America, considering all countries of Latin America have varying styles. To conclude, Latin American clothing is very bright, vibrant, and colorful still to this day.